Wow. Okay then. So I've just literally just finished watching the Doom Eternal gameplay reveal, and unfortunately in this minute I don't have any footage, so I'll have to show classic Doom 2016, which is so different to 2018 or 2019. Anyway, get to the point. In this video, it's just going to be my views and experience. I'm going to pretty much just mention everything that I picked up when I was watching this. I'm going to go into detail about each specific thing in future videos, so the monsters, the weapons, the areas, etc. But for this video, let's just go give a brief explanation about each one of them, and of course, let's pretty much give my opinion. So the first thing they showed off was Doomguy's new uniform that he's going to have, his new suit, his armour. It's not classic, but it's definitely different. He's going to have a few new modifications. One of them is a bayonet, and he now has like a rocket launcher flamethrower thing as well, and it works, and it looks really cool actually. I mean, the flamethrower bit sticks out a bit weird on his head, I have to admit, but it still looks like it's going to add a lot more gameplay mechanics to the game. It's going to really improve that. It's going to look epic, I think. And you can now do a lot more new things as well, such as I saw him swinging from some hellish environments, and he was climbing a wall at one part, can break some walls in other areas, so that made him a bit more sort of around an environment. He's a bit more destructive as well. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I think that was a nice way to get started off. We got introduced to a few new weapons, or mainly one, which was the ballista. Looked very cool. It's been done before, but still I think it fit quite well into the Doom universe. And of course we got to see a better look at the SSG, and we were wrong. That bayonet was part of the Doom guy's uniform, and what we saw was the meat hook, I believe it was called. And oh my, that's going to change the gameplay up quite a lot as well, because now you can not just empower enemies with this, you can sort of swing from them. So cacodemons, pain elementals in the sky, you can sort of swing from them. It adds a new way of messing around, I guess, in the gameplay. It's a pretty cool idea, and it adds some pretty cool, interesting glory kills. So they also, I said, the rocket launchers had a bit of an update. It now looks like it sort of been merged in with the hell shot or the static rifle. It's kind of that kind of look. It's kind of weird, but I do like it. And later on we saw the plasma gun, and oh boy, they've gone to a very classic look for the plasma gun. Although I do prefer the look of the old plasma gun, it now looks like it's going to be a lot more powerful, so that's what everyone was kind of hoping for, so that's really good. And it also has like a similar sort of sound to the older games, so that's pretty good as well. Moving on to what we saw first of the enemies. Classic Zombie Man is back. In particular, the one we saw the most, or the one I'm guessing is going to be the generic one, is the shotgun guy. Because when we was on the first environment, which we saw was Earth, it definitely looked like the average shotgun guys. Maybe we see some better looking chain gunners, and it looks like the zombie men are like they were kind of in Doom 2016, a much more skinnier, sort of skinny, stuck on the bone version of the enemy. They haven't changed that much. Some of them have guns, some of them don't, so that's going to be something. I'm guessing they're just the usual zombie men and workers around the area. That's cool. Then we got to see an upgraded Mancubus. Mixed opinions on this. I know a lot of people didn't like the Doom 2016 version. I kind of did. This one, I love how they've gone back to classic feeling, but when we first saw him in the gameplay, he seemed a bit out of place at first, but later on when I showed some more clips, he definitely fit into the area quite well. So I don't know, I thought he looked a bit out of place at first, like every enemy sort of blended in quite well, and then you just saw him in the background and he seemed a bit iffy. But after a while, like I said, I kind of got used to it and I actually kind of started liking it. It looks pretty cool. I'll show you some more pictures of this in the next video. Of course, and then we saw a couple of new enemy types. The one I want to talk about the most is one, I can't remember their names, I'll have to get used to that. But one of them looks like sort of Doom guy. And there was hinting later on, I think we go back to where Doom guy is from, so maybe this is going to be the enemy he encounters there, like a corrupted version of what he is. I don't know, something along them lines. That's what I'm thinking, because they seemed, once again, they seem like something you see more in Quake than Doom, but they still look really cool, and that's always a great thing. Moving on down the list, we also saw, actually, I forgot to mention, a new flying enemy that looks a lot like the Imp, but they also fly around and shoot differently. And whilst we're on the topic of monsters, we saw the Arachnotron does actually cling to walls, which I thought it would do. I thought that's what it's going to be its next move. I said that long before we actually saw the Arachnotron was coming back. If they was ever going to bring him, he's going to be able to do things like that. And it turned out to be true. So yeah. And the Pain Elemental was a very interesting way of attacking. It seems like what we said, the Lost Souls have changed. I don't know if they're actually going to be any of the other Lost Souls in the game. I highly doubt it. Now they're just more of a projectile. They don't follow you, they're not like homing or anything like that. They literally just come out of the Pain Elemental's mouth and just get shot down and explode if they miss the Slayer. And the Pain Elementals look really cool. They're really big actually. I wasn't expecting them to be as big when you look at them in the trailer. There was a couple of them that are really big in size, and yeah, it was kind of cool. I mean, I like one of the parts where Doomguy literally uses his weapon to impale the Pain Elemental and literally rip his eye out through his own body. That was really cool. We also have a new HUD. I like the new HUD. I got a feeling a few people might not, but I personally think it looks pretty cool. And also noticed classic ammo scattered around. I saw the shotgun ammo back to normal and some other stuff. There was also the health potion, which is really good from the classic game. So one, like the bottle's health potion. Good to see them back. I'm guessing the armor's there. It might have even been there. I didn't notice. I was writing a lot of stuff down. And Earth looks pretty destroyed when Doomguy gets there. So I'm guessing he's been gone for a while. You can see hell has literally come through them portals. At some parts it doesn't really look like it's actually Earth. That's how much hell is gone. I mean, Earth is gone into hell. And we do go to hell later, so we know that wasn't exactly going to miss out on hell. Next thing, mention new life system. I noticed this. I hope this is something that I've picked up wrong, because this would be actually quite annoying news if anything. There was an extra life that Doomguy picked up, and he went from having no extra lives to one if he dies, I'm guessing. I don't know if this is some game mode that he was playing, or if this is actually going to be the new system. If you die, you go back to the start. I guess it is classic, but I don't like the whole idea, unless of course it's arcade mode, of actually having set amount of lives, because Doom don't do that. I kind of like the checkpoint system. If not, go back to the classic ways. It just feels a bit off to me. So yeah, I did pick up on that as well. So I don't know what that really is. If you want to mention about that, if anyone else knows, let me know please. Well, obviously give me your opinion on that. I don't think a lot of people might like that. And Demon Invaders. Okay, this is a new mode where players online, and I don't know if he said offline, but definitely online, can actually play as the demons you're going against. This would have been very irritating if you couldn't play offline. Such as, so every enemy you come across is just an online player. That would ruin Doom Eternal in one thing. But I like the fact that it's optional, so you can do this if you want, but if not, you just play the campaign how it's meant to be played. Yeah, so hopefully that's not really going to become big of an issue. I like the idea, it's extra play, I guess. It was not the single player, I mean the co-op everyone was asking for. It's still single player, one Doomguy only, nothing like that. So yeah, unfortunately, if you was asking for that, it didn't happen, or it's not been announced yet, but you will get to play as a demon. I hope that satisfies for a few people. And this is probably one of my favourite ones that we saw. We got new areas to explore. Something that I mentioned in a previous video, and my prediction once again actually turned out to be right. We are going back to different areas. We're going to see what the UAC looks like. As I said, there's going to be a new UAC, new areas completely, which I've got a feeling is going to be something to do with Doomguy's backstory. We're going to actually maybe go back in time, I don't know. Of course, we're going to see an updated hell, and it actually looks pretty good, the hell, I have to admit. It looked like more like actual buildings than just rock and everything. And my personal favourite, the one I was hoping they would announce or at least confirm, Phobos. He's going to be there. The moon base is going to be there. I'm guessing they're going to go for both the moon bases, I hope. And actually, that's probably showed some of the best gameplay that we saw on Phobos. Especially because we actually got to see Doomguy does interact with other survivors. As we saw at the start, there was other survivors which when Doomguy, I'm guessing, got transported to Phobos. Maybe this is where the game starts, I don't know. So when Doomguy got transported to Phobos, we saw the other survivors literally, when they're fighting against the demons for themselves, you can just see them actually pretty much how scared they are of Doom Guy. It's crazy. They know so much about this guy. This guy is pretty much a celebrity here, I guess. Someone that everyone fears, not only the humans and the demons. Everyone fears him. I mean, because the humans are technically not on the same side as Doom Guy. I mean, he don't care. He's literally just going around killing demons. That's pretty much what he does. And if any other human gets in the way, for instance Samuel Hayden, he will just get rid of them. He won't care. He'd kill them as well just to get his long-term goal. And he's proved that many times before, with pretty much destroying the whole Mars base, literally just to make sure we can kill them demons. So I noticed that that's pretty good. This is when we got to sort of updated plasma gun, and actually the BFG 10,000. I thought this is a nice little reference, I guess. The BFG 10,000 is actually like some sort of moon-based weapon. It's literally some gigantic BFG that they shoot into the sky. It looks really cool. Another thing they didn't mention, actually, I thought they might have cleared this up or at least proved it. The Baron of Hell is completely different, and I hope this is not the only Baron of Hell. I hope the classic one is still here. But the Baron of Hell is grey now, and it sort of lights up with fire as well, kind of like an archvile. It has its swords. It still attacks very similar, but it seems to be much stronger as well. I'm guessing this is an upgraded variant of the Baron, and the original one is still here, hopefully. So that's what I'm kind of hoping, but of course we don't know. This could be the new Baron, but I really do hope that we see the old Baron still. And I think in some areas they actually show that there's more than 12 demons on screen at a time, because in one little room there was packed with actually the weaker demons, the zombies. It looked like there was definitely more than 12, I'm not sure. So hopefully there's going to be a better monster limit as well. And now we're coming up to the end. I also want to mention something quickly about the shotgun. It has like an auto sort of mod now where it shoots all its shells at once, and it looks pretty epic. The Hell Crucible is a weapon as well, something that we thought might happen and it did. At the very end of the demo or the gameplay, the Archvile shows up. We didn't get to see him attack, unfortunately, but he sort of flamed the area up like he always does, ignites the area of flames, and then Doom Guy pulls out of the Hell Crucible. Is this going to be like the next chainsaw? Although the chainsaw is in it, I saw it at the start, so that's good. Is this going to be like another chainsaw? I hope so. So yeah, there was a lot of things missing as well. There wasn't even mention of multiplayer or snap map. Understandable. I was kind of hoping they'll just confirm it. No mention of Samuel Hayden, which is really weird. I don't know if he's actually going to be in it or not. I don't know. If Doom Guy has the Hell Crucible, what happened to Samuel Hayden? Because he took this off. He used that as a sword. I mean, that's pretty much where Doom 2016 ended. He took it his own way, and Doom Guy got transported back to somewhere. Possibly he got transported to Phobos, we don't know yet. Or maybe even back to his own home world, because it looks like we might be going there. Yeah, I don't know. So Samuel Hayden might not even be in the game. Maybe he dies off screen or something like that. I don't know. I hope let's continue the story off a bit with him. Well, anyway, that's kind of all we saw. There was a lot to show off just for the first gameplay, of course. I thought it looked really cool. I mean, it's even more fast-paced than it was in Doom 2016. So there's a lot more moving around and using the environment to your advantage kind of thing as well. Like I said, swinging from this gore and stuff, and a lot of other things like that as well. I thought that was pretty cool. It looks like it's going to be a big focus in the gameplay though. So we got to see plenty of Mancubi enemies and Arachnotrons. We got to saw the Hell Knights. They're the same as the original. The Cacodemons had a bit of a reskin. They're still very similar. I didn't think they needed a kind of reskin because they look very close to the original anyway. Most enemies look actually different, apart from the only ones I say look the same are the Hell Knight and Pinky Demon. They stayed there. The rest look completely different, or just at least different in some sort of way. So yeah, this is just, like I said, a brief video. Now, my overall opinion was it's actually really good. So the only things I wasn't really too sure on this extra life thing. I hope this is not going to be a set amount of lives now. And I thought the Mancubus looked a bit funny at first. Love how he's gone back to the classic feeling though, but it just said to me it sort of stood out a bit in a bad way. But everything else looked really good. I said the enemies, the new enemies, although they might seem a bit out of place for Doom, they actually looked really good. There was no Hellraiser either, which is kind of weird, and unfortunately no Summoner. Hopefully we get confirmation that they're going to be in the game later on, especially the Summoner. I'd love to see how he works with the Archvile, but for now this has been Rockhard Gamer 45. And I'd like to know what your opinion is down below, because I got a feeling there's going to be a few mixed opinions about this, because it actually was quite different to what a lot of people were expecting, including myself. It's just kind of what, in a weird way, I hoped, because it's gone really back to classic now. But some things I thought were changed unnecessary as well. But overall, really good. And I can't wait to go into more detail about everything else. So stay tuned for them videos. I said I'll get footage of Doom Eternal real soon. But until then, this has been Rock Hard Gamer 45, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.